Dude, little do they know. Little do they guys don't know you. So okay, so how long are you in at what's this place called?
Inside the company.
Yeah, how long are you there?
I'm there for about a year and a half. And then one sunny morning, 10 o'clock, I get fired.
They found out you're doing side hustles?
No, side hustles were okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no, and even at Inside, they encouraged it because they couldn't support customers that way. If I did a side hustle, somehow, okay, they knew it was happening.
Yeah.
If I didn't do it, the customer wouldn't get hooked up.
Yes, I get.
Because he doesn't have, which means that customer, we lose that customer to the other company that is going to enable. So they kind of just...
They understood it was helping them as well.
Helping. What happened was I used to do 2 jobs in one company. So let me tell you. So there's sales, and then there's customer service. Those are 2 different departments.
Yes.
So me, I was in the sales department. Then I applied for a job as a customer service executive, and I got the job. I was so good. But by then, I had already applied. Okay, this is how it went. The first 6 months I did sales. I applied for the sales manager position because he was leaving. I got the sales manager position. The MD was so impressed. Nilikuwa na make a dough the first time I make 40k. Zilikuwa mob nikaziweka 50. Nilienda nikipatia wase mtaani finje. Nilikuwa naona hiyo pesa itaisha. I never forget that because I made a lot of sales that month. And he was so impressed, he made me sales manager. Then after some times I applied for customer service executive because they looked like they had a basic salary at least aonge hata yako 15 to 20k. Na opportunities zilikuwa mob huko. Nikaingia lakini there was no sales manager to replace me. So wakaniza, can you handle both sales and customer service? I said, yeah. So for me, during the day, it's easy to have meetings in the morning, set targets for my people, send them out, and then go to customer service support during the day. The problem was they put me both on a day shift and a night shift sometimes. So customer service usiku ilikuwa inabaki, nimekuja hivi, niko na slacks zangu, nakuwa na handover kitu 6:30 hapo, naingia ule mse mwingine anaishia. So mimi ndio nakuwa job through the night peke yangu. Alafu asubuhi naenda kwa bafu na change suti na tai, wase wa sales wana come na have meeting. Alafu 10 o'clock shamaliza sales nishatuma, naingia ma 3 naenda home. Na lala mpaka 3. 3 naamka na kula na pack food narudi na panda ma 3-4 o'clock hapo, by 6 hapo nishafika ofisi when I was in night shift. So me, I wasn't seeing people a lot. Nilikuwa nimechoka akili sana at some point. Then one of these customers calls and he's in the middle of the night and I can't hear him. He can't connect the phone to the internet. He's struggling, but I'm trying to help him, but I can't help him. So I'm like, sir, I can't be able to hear you properly. Your voice is not okay. It's, you're breaking in and out. So he was hoarse. Hey, I want to do this. Like he was whispering. Anyway, call ikaisha. Mimi nikaenda home. Kurudi the next day, nasikia MD ampiga simu amesema whoever handled that customer should be fired before the end of the day. Kufika kumbule chali alikuwa was a big government official. He had come back from the UK for he had cancer. So he had just had surgery and he felt very slighted that I told him I couldn't hear him for some reason. So I don't think Ali complains, and I think alipiga tu simu akasema I tried your people yesterday, they couldn't help me. It was there for half an hour, very frustrating. Akasema tu kitu kaa hiyo. Yeah.
And it's a big
nilikuja job tu vile kawaida.
It all bounce.
Yeah, kambo bounce despite how much I was working. That was my first. So my mind was utarudisiwe jironga sasa. Mvutua job ya kwanza.
Yeah. Must have been disheartening.
Manze, I was so heartbroken. I was so heartbroken because I really worked hard. So at that point I decided, nah, I never want to feel like this again because I have seen the other side of life and I'm not going to go backstage, upper stage nikae na my boys. So immediately sayo 11 o'clock I walked to Wananchi Online. What you call Zuku today.
Yes.
It was young, I was about 2 years old then. Mosheru,
Jojo,
was a CTO. Jerry Rionge was MD.
What do you call this guy? Gashui.
Gashui was a chairperson. So I walked in there and I met a colleague who had come from inside. And she's called Winnie Wambogo. I honor her so much today. I walked in there and said, well, I've been fired. She's like, what? You of all people? What happened? So I explained. She's like, it's corporate nonsense. You hired. I was like, not right now. Give me a week. She said, like, 1 week from today, report to work.
No way.
Yeah. Tukaenda hapo hivi City Market, tukaingia kwa kibandaski hapo, tukachapa 30. Nilikuwa 30. 30 ilikuwa sukuma, ugali na kanyama. Sio ushakula skimo yake.
Nimekula hiyo.
Chapa hapo kwa stool.
Julian introduced me to better things. Julian alintroduce.
Julian is crazy. Tukaingia hapo tukachapa food. Tukaishia home. Tulikuwa na best wangu fulani hapo.
First of all, that must have been so relieving to know that. I mean, you felt such ups and downs that you were like, please just give me a week.
Yeah, I needed a week. And unakumbuka hii schedule vile iko tough, day and night. So I went back to Ronga weeks. So I went back with a new job.
And you told your folks I've been fired, but I got a job.
Mom was like, wow, okay, that's kind of magical.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah. So anyway, 1 week later, I reported to Wananchi Online. There was a very new company. The company had just come from, had such few resources that you were forced to find things for yourself, fix problem for customers. So I walk into this as a salesperson, and I am as good as a technical person. So I mean, like, I have skills. Other salespeople are getting stuck. I'm like, let me show you. Other technical people are coming like, Sam, I'm like, let me show you. So kukosa resources ni kitu poa sana. Yeah, kwa sababu sasa ilikuwa imekufunza vitu watu wengine wajui. I was really good.
That's such a huge lesson.
I was so good. You know, I walked into that company. I was surprised at how good I was compared to other people. But then there were such hustlers. And like the other company, these guys were driven. They were hungry for success. Most of them have gone to do
They're the underdog also.
Yeah, they've gone to do amazing things. And that's why Wananchi grew to become Zuku.
So what do you start doing now?
Now I'm an account manager. Now I'm promoted. I'm handling big
account manager meaning
I'm selling. I'm not selling. I'm still selling to individuals, personal, but I'm also handling companies. I'm handling companies.
I get it.
Like one of my interesting account that was given to me was National Intelligence Services.
Whoa.
You know, American Embassy. We were I was the first one there to hook up a video conference call for one of my customers to Bermuda or some island. I can remember that experience because I bragged about it for the next day. Watu wananiambia tu ngojeeni msikie story. Mimi tulihook up nikaona msee huko kwa video, like live video call. I bragged about it for too long. But yeah, I did that. I handled a few accounts and I was really good in customer service, and it caught the eye of James Gichuru, who now founded Transcentury, right?
Yes.
And so one day I'm walking in and James goes like, what's your name? I say Sam Gichuru. He says, okay, Sam, here's a business card. This is the CEO of this big company. I need you to go fix it for him, okay? And then give me a report. I was like, okay, sir. Turned around, went. It's like I had everything with me. The guy was like, you're not even gonna go back in. No, I'm good. Went. But then mobile phones, it was a shakam. Na alafu nilikuwa na mobile phone ka flip. Nilikuwa buy 16,000. Nilikuwa do mob. Nilikatoa mshahara ka 7 months hivi. Nakumbukaga kaka flip hivi. So anyway, I go to this guy's office and I fix it for him very well. And he calls James and goes like, that was brilliant job done. Like, I'm happy. So I meet James and James goes like, good job. He called me. It's like, okay. So he started sending me to different people. So when he came to the office, he'd say, that guy, yeah, that one. Just send him to my office. So I'd walk into James' office, get a card, get sent to fix a computer problem, network problem for his friends.
Yeah.
And so, but I walked into Wananchi with a mindset never to be fired again. Now, saizi nishajenga Ronga.
What, your own house?
Hey, saizi nishajenga. Niko about 23 hapo, si ndio?
What?
Hey.
I mean, dude, even if you're telling me it's a one room.
It's a one room.
But you've built your own house.
Yeah, I built my own house. Sasa kala ile 1,000 nimewacha kulipa. Nimejenga kanyumba. Sasa hizi ma fixing computers for customers. Every time nikifika home, from the time about 21, I think, nalipa mafundi.
Where did you get the land first and foremost?
So my dad had land.
Okay.
So for us in Ngotarunga is that the land was already allocated because it was a Mau center. It's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So my dad had a nice quarter, slightly bigger, just smack in the middle of Rongai. And so hapo kwa kona nikamboneza jenga nyumba yangu. Kajenga kanyumba kama ikasmart. Nilikuwa nimekachora high school. Kwa kitabu ya history huko nyuma. My sister reminded me later. The same way I had drawn it, the same way I built it. So it was like when I drew it down, the vision stuck in my head, and I still do vision boards up to today, and they still happen. My vision boards actually, honestly, it's one of those things. Nambiaga God asante. Me when I put it down on paper, just even something as simple as I want to buy a X-inch TV. Katatuni stick mali. 6 months, 1 year later, nisha buy.
Yo.
It's a thing about, anyway, implanting that vision. Anyway, so I'd already built this house.
Don't feel free to run. Take your time on that story.
We have enough time, man. I told you, I warned you about this. You don't have
but I love, in fact, let's just talk about that vision board element, because I'm sure there are things, at this young age, are you putting vision board? Are you, so when you said you didn't want to be fired, what did you do in terms of?
Yeah, so I'd never wanted to be fired after that. I never wanted to put my future in somebody else's hands. And I had time to realize that I was outspoken. I was I spoke my mind, and that a lot of people don't appreciate that. And so I registered a company, my first computer company.
What year is this, by the way? 2000. Now we are past 2000, eh?
2000. It should be around there.
Yeah,
it should be around there.
Okay, so you registered your first company?
No, it's later, 2001. Yes, around there. Shall register a company for computer repairs and maintenance.
What is the company called?
Well, nikikwambia saizi alafu kiaria watching. They'll go dig it out. They are friends now. Anyway, so this is a small company. We are doing computer repairs, maintenance, and I learned a very important lesson.
You said the word we. Who is we?
Oh, I had hired people now. I had a few boys.
How old are you?
I'm 21, 22.
So you're the owner of this company. You hired a few guys.
Uganda House, hapo Uganda House 4th floor. Niko na ofisi hivi.
What?
Kanatosha wase watatu. Yes. So kazi yetu sasa bado niko wananchi bado. Jobs ikikuja wananchi natuma wase wangu sasa. Now we are scaling. Unataka antivirus. Na sasa antivirus ni bure. Kama unataka Norton. Unataka Norton security. Hiyo lazima ulipe. Sasa ma CDs zilikuwa tu mob hivyo, yani unabeba hizi all of this, you pack them nicely. Softwares, Windows, nini, mostly pirated. I mean, we didn't have there was no licensing happening. Microsoft was not in Africa. We must have built the base for their business for them to come over because people are already used to the products. And so when they implemented better licensing features, I think they just managed to get that right. Yeah, there's a lot of mischievous stuff.
So you guys would do Windows
98, tunaku upgrade Windows 2000, ama kutoka Windows 95 to Windows 98, tunakuwekea softwares, softwares zingine.
So what, are you thugging these jobs from wananchi?
No, these jobs are coming. So these guys, if they don't get this stuff fixed, they will not get internet because the machine needs to be at a certain
it's the same thing that was happening at the other company.
It's the same
so
thing.
you're just in order for them to get internet, they need Windows.
They need Windows because they are running on an older version of Windows, or they need a modem, or they need an antivirus. Everybody needed that.
I get it.
So that's where now the opportunity was. So when I'm in Wananchi, these jobs are coming. So I've trained these two kids from Rongai.
Hey Sam.
Okay. So one of them now is a customer service in Qatar. Yeah, the airline. The other one, I'm not so sure what he's doing, but I trained these two guys. They went ahead and did amazing things with their lives. So I've trained them, I mentored them, I've shown them how to install, how to fix quickly, how to talk to customers. They were so good. So job ikikuja hivi wananchi naambia, okay, I'm going to send some guys to you. If you just work with them, they will fix that and they'll probably fix your internet. Form inakam wananiletea form hapo later mimi nachukua tu na atuma job. Sasa mimi siendi ka sales sana kwa ground. Nimeanza kwa mlezi. Niko na garagaria zangu. We're good guys.
That is crazy.
And so we're installing, and then I said, we're making enough money as much as I'm getting paid here, so let me leave.
What?
Yes.
First of all, even before you leave, have you met Joe Musheru?
No, of course I met Joe Musheru, I met James Gichuru, I've met all of these people.
What? I mean, just because he's the ICT CS right now, what are your thoughts of him at this time?
Oh, he's super smart. Joe is super smart in my view, even then. He's clever, he has a vision, he was way ahead of his time in most cases. I mean, like something like a domain name, I think people used to use Joe's credit card because he was the only one with one, I think, at that point. And we would sell up to 15,000 domain names. And markups were crazy. Like you buy it for $10 or whatever it was being sold as and sell it for up to $200 with one insurance. I mean, like $150. That's like 100% on a single. I mean, he was clever. He knew what he was doing. And And so he was quite an inspiration for most of us. When we looked at him, we just wanted to be like people like Joe, people like there's some amazing names in John Waiboshi, you know, and then Cellulant guy. We all, you know, like
you're all together this time.
No, we are seeing them. They're slightly older than us. Mike Masharia, they're slightly older than us in the tech ecosystem, but they're driven. They're building a place that didn't exist before. In
fact, let's talk about what's the landscape of tech like in Kenya this time. Not even Kenya. Let's just talk Nairobi.
At this time, it's a very small community of people. You know everybody. You literally know who is in what ISP, who is selling dial-ups. Africa Online, Nairobi Net, Wananchi Online, Insight Technologies, Kenya Web, tunazijua zote. Na tunajua nani yuko wapi. And because of salespeople used to move from one company to the other. Access Kenya ikakam, disrupt ecosystem sana. And then all of us on our side hustles, tulikuwa na run Kaseba Cafe sasa.
Even you?
Yeah, and then we buy internet from the other company. You know, like it was, yeah. I mean, I had a whole journey through there.
And then what in terms of now the user perspective, where are Kenyans when it comes to IT?
Oh, now there's interest now. Cyber cafes are opening up. So there's small job opportunities.
People are opening up email addresses.
Email addresses are coming over, enabling the opening up of the more communication. You know, there was a whole transition. People are still between fax and email. There's then email to fax and fax to email. There's all these things happening.
Are you doing website creation for some companies, or they're not good there?
Now at that point, they've started coming in. As you buy a domain, on like a website. Yeah. So we get paid a lot of money at that point, 200K to build like a website, a shady 5-page website. But not too many customers can afford that.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful time to be in IT. And then it's quiet. It's not in the news.
Yep.
So you guys are just living it's like a whole niche that you guys are living on your own in a very good life. Yeah, we had some substantially some good enough money to build a house. I'd make up to say 10K sometimes on a good day. On a bad day I'd make like on a bad day. Yeah.
This is 2001, bro.
Yeah. So I'd chapa like that. So
you started seeing wealth.
No, yeah. I mean, and then also this money, because I mean, it's quite expensive more, but they just all went to building this house. And it was expensive, and that's a good day.
And
I'm saying you could go for a week with nothing.
Okay.
And then a good day you'd chop a 10K. But most of the average days, on a very good day, you'd chop that. In an average day, you'd go home with a K, or sometimes nothing. So there was a whole balance. Sometimes it was good. You could chop a week and
are you on a paycheck cut from Wananchi? So plus on top of this side hustle,
big. It's about 25K.
Okay.
It comes down to it.
But you're 21, bro, and you're building a house.
Yeah. I mean, also, but I really needed a place to live. And then I'm now dating this really beautiful girl. I need her to come to a place where she sees it looks good, right? And metoka ghetto Buddha. So, I mean, it was a whole, it was a whole different experience.
I love it. Okay, so now you leave Wananchi now to enter like you believe in your company that much. You're like, let me go in. And also remember, I like what you said. I'm not being fired.
Yeah, no more. So
one day, weren't they like, no, please don't go?
No. One day I come to office and I had taken time to fast and pray and told God, when I walk back in there, God, I want to know whether I'm going to stay there, I'm going to leave. 10 o'clock ilifika hivi, nakunywa chai hapo na mandazi, nikashuka, sikurudi. Just pick my bags and everything. Hey, nobody had ever told me that there's a way to resign a company. Like you write a letter, proper, and a handover.
The only other time you had been fired. Yeah. You thought it was the same way. Just leave, walk on the door.
10 o'clock as usual, Buddha way here. Even do to wachana.
They didn't call you. They're like, Amisi Rudi.
So after about 2 weeks, mdosi akaniuliza, "Sasa mniache sijakuona." Nakamwambia, si feel nikikam. Then about 2 months later, I was called for my severance. Whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not only for Chado. So sikuwa najua that. I mean, it was a very poor way of doing things, to be honest. Now look back, I'm regretful about that.
Not your proudest moment.
Not my proudest moment. But also my worst decision at that point.
Why?
So